There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This one fielded at the 5. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Cousins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now it's Rodgers. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He'll return it from the 6. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Check 50. X3, 218, chop. Let's get this. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Hey, we're good. Gun. 56. Check 56. Got one.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Cousins to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. To throw, it's Rodgers. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Check. For the 50.
On second down, it's Lindsey, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
319. I got one. We got it.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Check 13. Check 13. Receiver.
From the 25 on second down, Cousins escaping the pressure right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Cousins on first down. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Go. 319. Check. Watch it before. 319.
They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
No. 158. 54. Mike, 54. 3 bucks.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. To throw, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's second and 8 at the 38-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Let him know. 26. Let him know. Mike spot 4.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand up.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. On the ground, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Packers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7 from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 38, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, 88.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Zadarius Smith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing is Cousins. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They are in the second quarter down in Miami. The Patriots have jumped out to an early lead over Miami. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Over. Check. Lucky. General West. Check. Easy.
second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 28.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hamilton. 16 yards, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Check, 55 to 58 to 9. 55 to Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now Cousins, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Trigger on the hop. 64.
They'll run with Cook. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Kill. 80 weapons. Hot. Gun.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal.
Check nickel. 48. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Hey, can.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You better break it. Hey, Mike. Check 37. Check 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. 399.
Throwing now is Rodgers. caught. Safarian-Jenkins, right side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Rodgers going to throw. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check back, check back.
Now Rodgers to throw again. They'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, 382, let's 50. Through. 56, Mike, 56, 66, pull it high.
Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kentrell Brothers gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. After the sack on first down, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just about on his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins, and complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first down throw for Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But it'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Cousins again. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And they'll get 9 there. As that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
One.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Here we go again. Check 26, check 26.
Protein spill.
Check 25. Check.
First.
36. Kill.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
3 down. Wait.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Bailey's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw, Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They give him a gain of 37.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, check 26.
He's back to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. No chance.
Hey, Charlie.
Rodgers to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop the football. They're trained to catch everything.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead.
Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay.